Streaming through a hole in time and space. Who could it be but Muppy? Okay, ready for more Limbus company. Ready, everyone? Welcome, everyone who's in chat currently and everyone who's arriving in the future. Ooh, I feel kind of garbage today. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stream, but I'll do my best. So, one sec. Gotta turn away and blow my nose.
옛날부터 3시간 이상의 수면을 취하면 저절로 눈이 떠지곤 했어요.
You know how I said?
자연스러운 현상인 줄 알았는데 모든 분들이 그렇지
You know how I said I was gonna do nocturnal sweeping off stream and then just show off the end of it? Holy shit! What the fuck? What was the title of that one? Regular. This is adjustments for the red sheet. Oh, this is the adjustments for the talisman changes. I see. Look at all my lunacy. I'm no longer in debt, everyone. Okay, what the hell was I trying to say? I cannot keep my train of thought today. Let me just start with chat. Fish Dragon, hello friend, and everyone else here. You know how I said I was gonna play nocturnal sweeping off screen and then just show you the end of it? Well, that was a dirty, filthy lie, because I'm a dirty, filthy liar who has not prioritized Limbus, which I guess is the opposite of a life problem, but we're gonna dive into it and see how quickly— oh! There's our boy's silhouette. See how quickly we can— that guy looks like Freddy Krueger. Let's see how quickly we can get through this. This looks like Kowloon Walled City or just like Macau or something. I've been looking at a lot of pictures of Macau recently. Oh god, Hohenheim! That was the last story picture we saw, huh? Whiplash. Okay. Rhodia, your beautiful face. Hello. Dante, any ideas where that leftover cake from yesterday went? You all had cake? No idea. I mean, why would I know? I can't even eat. Darn. Did Donkey already get her paws on him? Rhodia rubbed her tired eyes, muttered something about how we should have partied in her room instead, and stumbled to the back door. Trying to wake up, have cake for breakfast. It's got everything that you need for breakfast. The New Year's came swiftly to the inhabitants of the bus after the various incidents of the LCE. The sinners all came from different backgrounds and parts of the city, but annual celebrations for New Year's seemed to be a thread that connected their cultures together. They began floating the idea of a New Year's party, and— oh, they had a lovely little party. Excellent! Then permit me the honor of hosting this banquet. Aw, party girl. With her usual over-dramatic boast, coupled with the familiar twinkle in her eye, Don Quixote declared that there would indeed be a New Year's party, and thus it was decided. Again? After all the hell we went through with the back door and whatnot for the out-of-season Christmas celebration? You still feeling cheerful, Don? You still feeling mirthful? Yet I must insist, for it was but an effort to decorate the bus, the intent quite divorced from the act of celebration. Don Quixote glanced at Sinclair, sheepishly scratching the back of her head. Huh? Oh, don't worry about me, really. Well, 'tis 'Tis true that mine actions hath brought thee quite the distress. Unintentionally, I might add. Thus I ask thee, wouldst thou not agree that a communal event to mark the occasion might freshen both our spirits and bodies? Morale boosting moment, team building exercise, everyone. Are we gonna have to get in a circle and say a nice thing about each other? I can't even begin to imagine her amnesiac self even taking a moment to give a damn about how Sinclair might take it. But I guess with memory came tact. You know, it's our first New Year's together. It sure is an occasion for celebration, huh? Gotta hear that bell go ding to really mark the transition to a new year, right? Is that a Korean take on New Year? The ding of the clock? It seems that we shall be welcoming the first light of the new year in company of one another. This is indeed a cause for celebration. Where you all come from, do you have the belief in the New Year's kiss? Or, I don't know that there's any belief attached to it, it's just a thing you do. Usually I just kiss the head, like my pet on top of their head. That's my New Year's kiss, usually. A bowl of noodles before the last night of the year fades. Classic. Such bubbling enthusiasm from you warmeth my own heart. Does Sinclair look a lot like Dawn? Yes, yes. It is a thing that we've, a thing that the whole fandom had to, like, process when this game was released. Why? They look so similar. Don't think you've heard of a New Year's kiss? Oh, maybe it's a Pupurian thing. Yeah, you're just supposed to sneak a kiss, and I think it's like anyone's allowed. You just gotta smooch someone on New Year's. Also, Tartarus, welcome, Limbus Company. English? Yay. Yeah, are there a lot of streamers not streaming in English? I actually don't spend much time in the community because I don't want to spoil myself. But I'm so almost caught up. It's not going to matter soon. It's not going to matter soon. I'm going to be caught up soon. Okay. Such bubbling enthusiasm from ye warmeth mine own heart. Forsooth, the grandiosity of this banquet shall be one for the books. Fireworks most brilliant. Enough delicacies too. Caron, when's our next stop? Mephi'll be running non-stop for 3 days at least. Only dum-dums stop on a fast road. Are you on the interstate? So she says. Yeah, as long as there's bodies in it, you don't have to stop for gas. That's pretty nice. Like all the songs of Limbus Company. That's great to hear. I got into Limbus Company as a fan of Millie first. I'm here supporting Millie. That's my #1 thing. And I just happen to love the story and I'm along for the ride. And hey, it's taken me this far. I am almost caught up. Did you hear me? Did I mention I'm almost caught up? Did you hear? I'm almost fucking caught up. Virgilius muttered with his usual sardonic edge, one fist under his chin. For next year's celebration, the banquet shall be prepared ere the promised hour. Don Quixote's idea of a grand banquet depressingly fizzled into nothingness, but Rhodia brought out the cakes and cookies she'd stashed in her room so we could at least hold a small celebration. Rhodia! For the New Year's together, my girl! Gosh, her and Ishmael are like my top two. Rhodia, Ishmael, Faust, top 3 relatable girls, if you ask me. After that, we all stayed up together, watched the New Year's first sunrise, briefly paint the city in gold, then retired to sleep. When everyone woke up, rubbing their tired, holy what in the Warhammer 40k megacity type shit? Oh my goodness, what is this place? I guess the echoes back to the Kowloon walled city are deliberate. This looks like that kind of highly populous environment. When everyone woke up, rubbing their tired eyes, the world outside the bus had completely transformed. There was a behemoth of a structure, bizarre in its presence, and its walls seemingly made of gargantuan steel plates. H-Corp. Good morning. Just Simply, welcome to the chat, Just Simply. Nice to see you again. H-Corp. You think that's Canto 6? Oh, I think it's Canto, What is it? Are we up to Canto 8 now? That's Hong Lu's Canto. That's where I'm almost at. About to watch Peak Fiction. Just wanted to give y'all a good greeting. Hello! Is this not evocative of Kowloon? The sinners began to voice their surprise, appropriately so, at what came into view was different from any of the nests we passed by on our journey thus far. Is that massive structure all one building? If that old thing's the nest, then where the hell's the back streets? That's big enough to cover H-Corp's territory and then some. Well, here he goes again, asking dumb questions without ever taking a peep at the guidebook. Yeah, always stocking up on the tourist materials, Ishmael. Do you pick up, when you're on the road, if there's free pamphlets about an area, even if it's not your destination, do you pick them up? I tend to. That's not the nest. That huge box you see over there? That's District 8. We call it Hong Yuan, the vast garden, here at H-Corp. The nest lies within the center of the structure. Oh, like a walled city. And the back streets without. Ugh. So they squeeze the entire population of this district in here? Do they just not get a ray of sunlight all year round? Well, at least they won't have to worry about the rain. Ah, prithee, avail me a sight as well. Not to be confused with District 9. We'll see District 9 eventually. Maybe that's, is that where Gregor and all the other Rochi people are? It's a shame that District 9 got kind of cast by the wayside. Wasn't it meant to have a sequel? Good film. Good deep cut. As the sinners began to gather one by one at the other side of the bus, stirred awake from their late night's rest, I felt my gaze drawn toward Hong Lu. I looked for signs of concern or distress on his face. Worried. It wasn't exactly something unique to Hong Lu, but the stories about his past home life we've heard throughout the year, whenever he felt like sharing them, were all consistently and terribly depressing. It's not such a bad place once you actually try living here for a while. But his lips, ever so slightly curled upward into a kindly and relaxed smile, are making the same expression as ever. An expression that hasn't changed at all since our first meeting. Maybe it's just a cultural difference. Kinda like how Hong Lu can be so nonchalant about things that should give most people pause. But... actually, no. I'm not helping anyone or anything by entertaining these thoughts. Oh, thank you very much for the like and sub, Tartarus. Thank you. I hope to see you around. Whatever you're off to do, I hope you have a lovely day, evening, time zone. Whenever it is. I have no idea what time it is on Earth right now. For me, it's G Fuel time. Nice. Not sponsored, I just like G Fuel. My job at this moment is to keep a close eye on Hong Lu, more so than usual. And if the time comes for me to help him, as the manager, I'll give it my all. Besides... Whoa, this thing's even bigger up close. It's like a giant well yard. I was revisiting, Crime and Punishment, you know. I've said multiple times on stream that I started it and set it back down, but, and well yard. Well yard is the word of the week, not an architectural feature you usually see in the West, but I'll get back to it. Verily, I carry no recollection of a structure so grand, even in past adventures of mine. Must be new from the, last 200 years, then. If my efforts aren't enough, I know I can trust the sinners to lend me a hand. Hey, let me see too. I collected my thoughts and approached the sinners who were flattened up against the glass window. Oh, gonna have to wipe that off with Windex. Face oils. To get a good view. Okay, what was I saying? I guess it's like a giant well yard or walled city. Listen to that funky music. Let me grab something really quick. There he is. Here he is. Here he is, everyone. Here's the space cadet. I don't want to censor my lunacy. Transform. Kabam! There you go, buddy. I'll put you there. It's jamming out. Gosh, I love this music. I love... Hear that? That's erhu. That's a like 1 or 2 stringed instrument with a bow. Gurren Lagann moment. Who the hell do you think I am? Just simply, I believe in the you who believes in me. I remember Gurren Lagann. Once we left the bus. Oh man, can't believe we had to get off the bus here. We have to make a formal complaint against H Corp for this crap. What the hell were they thinking, doing shoddy construction work at the entrance of the highway that leads straight into the nest? Hmm? It was your first ever anime. Oh, it was not my first, but I do remember watching it as it came out episodically. Ooh, excuse me. Sneeze attack, turning away. Guys, I think I'm allergic to sunlight. Am I a... Am I a vampire? Okay. Now, whenever the sun comes out, I get sneezy. Do you experience that? Many causes there may be to such construction projects, yet perhaps an early warning sign ere our approach to the site would have been a sensible added... Were it not for young Caron's most valiant drifting. Oh, drifting? If it were not for young Caron's most valiant drifting, oh, I shudder to even imagine the terrible possibilities. 'Twould have been a most awful end to an adventure. It's no surprise that the sinners all had a piece of their mind to speak. Oh! Wait. Are they battening the hatches for the night of the sweepers? Do they know something's coming? Is that this construction? As we drove up to the entryway, we unexpectedly came across a mess of badly put together steel plates blocking our path in the middle of the road. Cotton quickly spun the bus around, which meant that everyone ended up being thrown about like rag dolls. Bingo! They know something's coming. Good thing there was another road off the highway that leads into the city, right? I bet Cotton would have tried to reverse gear all the way back to the last interchange. Throw that baby in reverse. But looks like we'll be going through all these winding alleyways to get to the nest. It's so dark in here. We were greeted by a dark street upon disembarking from the bus, illuminated only by faint strands of light. It was immediately obvious that we found ourselves in the back streets of H Corp. Looked pretty impressive from the outside, but it's no different from the other back streets inside, eh? Yep, it's a familiar sight. Gotta say, it's getting real old. The depressing conditions of the back streets, people, get under your skin. I ask thee, is the nest of this district shrouded in such darkness as well? No, these particular sites are limited to the back streets of District 8. The back streets of this district weren't very different from the other ones we'd visited in the past. People hurrying through the streets as though they were being chased by something. People scowling and glaring at the ground with some sickness or discomfort. Scenes all too common in every corner of the city. There is one thing about this place that stood out from the other districts, however. Kind of reminding me of the former G-Corp soldiers back in District 4. What? Traumatized? In a... What? What? What do you mean? You mean those fellas? The growths on their flesh appeared too organic to be prosthetics. Some of them had odd protrusions or nodules bulging from their skin. What's going on here? Not at all, Manager Bud. Look, they haven't all mutated in the same pattern, like into an insectoid form, for example. Ugh. Can't talk when my sinus is stopped up, sorry. Well, I guess I should commend you for not looking at them through a biased lens. You are observing the aftermath of District 8's distinctive method of treatment. Treatment? Oh, so this is where the rumors about that bluish healing ointment came from, huh? Apparently they can cure any flesh wound after just one night dressed in bandages. It seems that certain misconceptions must be addressed. They are the variations of H-Corp singularity, the bolus. The bolus? Guys! A bolus is a bolus is one single unit of poop. Of poop inside of you. Like an individual thing of doo-doo rolling through your intestines on its way out is a bolus. Bolus? Is this gonna go back to like ox bezoar and Chinese medicine shit? Because that technically is a digestive bolus. A bezoar is undigested stuff, and it's highly prized in Chinese medicine, but I am really curious about the translation intricacies of bolus here. One singular doo-doo. Bolus? See, Sinclair recognizes it. She is likely referring to medicines brewed and kneaded into ball-shaped pills. Okay. Correct. H-Corp, or the Hung Yuan Bioengineering Group, mainly manufactures boluses that contain essences of treatment. The boluses may be taken orally, ground with water into a paste and applied directly to the affected area, or dissolved in water, soaked into bandages, and wrapped around the necessary area for treatment. I guess the rumors transform as they travel. Oh, I see. I was just thinking about how they do things back at the K-Corp. The focus of K-Corp's technology is the reversal or recovery of one's conditions. Returning to the original state is the key word in their treatment. Sorry, turning up my microphone a smidge. Turning up microphone a smidge. Beep, 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 beep. Very good, very good. Okay. It is no rare sight to find unique techniques and technology developed independently by the inhabitants of the backstreets of District 8 using the manufactured boluses. The treatments are not individually customized for each patient. Instead, their focus is on selecting the appropriate technique from a myriad of choices to address the deficiencies in their statuses, kind of like traditional Chinese medicine. Perhaps one could choose the words transformation or evolution as a more illustrative descriptor for their method of treatment. Oh? It changes you? So that's what counts as treated? Really? What kind of treatment is that? The crowd Sinclair was pointing out certainly appeared unhurt, as none of them were bleeding or walking with a limp, but many of them appeared dazed, staring blankly at nothing, or scratching absent-mindedly at their mutated parts. They must be the regulars. Unexpectedly, we found our answer not from Faust, not from Rousseau, but from Hong Lu. The regulars? Yeah, I've heard of them as a child. People who've grown too accustomed to visiting the clinics in search of their mystical treatments. The regulars might appear more intimidating than most people at first glance, but apparently all the side effects they've been stacking changes them in strange ways. It is highly likely that interoperation conflicts or issues will arise when applying highly disparate treatment methods to a single body. Well put, Merceau. At least it's a cheaper alternative for people who didn't sign up for the life insurance. Oh, we got that kind of economy here, huh? You speak of life insurance? Yes, life insurance. There's a special insurance option to bring the client back to life upon event of their death. So the irony isn't lost on me, but I thought resurrecting people was one of the head's taboos. The head does not consider the revival via life insurance to be a violation of their non-resurrection taboo. How so? It is likely that, on a technical level, this revival is actually categorized as brain resuscitation, as opposed to a full resurrection. Degradation of its functions considered, of course. Oh, your brain is still fucked up from it. Another fatal downside to this technology is that, unlike the manager's clock winding, the subject cannot be brought back if their brain is destroyed, yeah. Also, there is risk of significant losses in the process of information transference. Losses, huh? So maybe some of their mutations could be more than just the side effects of these treatments. Maybe. But I heard it takes more than 1 or 2 revivals to change that much. Show me the people. And since apparently people in the backstreets could never even dream of paying consistent insurance renewal rates. Renewal rates? Not just subscription rates? Not just your fee? After all, who would sign up for insurance if using its service could reduce them to such pitiful states? Yeah, they appear pathetic and pitiful to you rich bastards, don't they? Who are you? You'll soon be in the same boat as them, so save some pity for yourself. Identify yourself. The stranger's voice cut through our discussion like a foreign instrument. We turned around to find a large group of people who were clearly up to no good. You saying you're gonna rough us up? You must be the young master of that high and mighty Jia family. Oh, yeah. I can tell just by looking at your pretty face. He is pretty. Your friends, Honglu? No, I haven't had much chance to get acquainted with people from the back streets, so... Nope, I've never seen them before. Of course you haven't. Too busy living large, playing gods in a whole different world from us, huh? Not that it matters. We're just here to take the thing you brought here for submission to the family hierarch evaluation. Hierarch evaluation? Are you assuming that's why Honglu is here? You assuming he's here to submit something to the matriarch or patriarch of the family? I'm guessing this is a matriarchal family because of his mentions of his grandmother. The what evaluation? Okay, there's clearly been a misunderstanding. Canon pretty boy. We love a canon pretty boy. There's quite a lot of them. We're not off to a great start here, huh? Man. Actually, no. It'd be a violation of our office's core values to jump them like we're some common thugs. Oh, you're with an office. I, Shan-san, third son of the Triax office, challenge Jia Baoyu of the Jia family to a duel. To a duel! Our wager will be that the winner can take anything they want from the loser. Oh, is this going to be a solo Honglu battle? Wait, what do you mean a duel? Duel? I have heard tale that duels of the Honorable Fixers of the Sikh Association Eastern Branch announced that their intent to duel by stating their affiliation and name instead of casting their gauntlets. And the pamphlet the young Ishmael had presented before me earlier presented the truth that the Triax office is indeed an office of the East, though they are indeed of lesser quality. It is a true, genuine, accurate declaration of war that we behold. special interest activated. So, it's just a fancy way of saying, 1v1 me, let's go. In it. 1v1 me, let's go. I mean, this guy doesn't look too tough. What do you think, Faust? Agreed. This individual looks like a weak-ass bitch. Does not seem to possess any particularly exceptional skills that may pose difficulties for Honglu. Honglu can take him. I think it's going to be okay. I'll be back in a minute, Dante. Time to kill someone. You sure this is okay? I don't think you're going to lose against him, but, you know, just in case. No worries. I have some childhood experience with duels myself. I've done about 10 of them, I think. To the death? Ha! So the rich boy's dabbled in some duels, has he? It's... I think you misunderstand. I meant to say that I've done about 10 of them a day. Oh, but grandmother sometimes let me skip them, so it might have been slightly fewer than that on some days. Whoa, who were you dueling for training? Did you have a teacher? What? I, Honglu of Limbus Company. No. I, Baoyu of the Jia family. Except this duel. Alright, let's go! Honglu stepped forward confidently as the opponent was processing what he just heard. For a moment, Honglu stood there in a stance that did not express even a hint of aggression, before curiously cocking his head to the side. Sorry, are we waiting for something? Oh, so I always let the opponent get the first 2 moves in duels. Please don't hesitate. I wonder what he would be like in chess. Let me, you little... Your cocky pride shall be your downfall! Hubris! The man who introduced himself as Shan-san leapt towards Honglu. Then, after about a minute... How is this happening? Look at the panicking office members back there. Unlike Shan-san, who was throwing punches and swings with boiling hot passion. Rat! Look at the rat! Look at the rat, everybody! Rat spotted! Okay, one sec. Oh my gosh. One sec. Rat! Oh, disregard that shit behind there. Look at this rat! There we go. Okay. Where were we? Sorry. Honglu was effortlessly gliding between his opponent's strikes like he was out on a picnic. Scrap! Welcome to the chat, Scrap! It's been a while, friendo. It's been a while. What'd you miss? Not much. Me having a sneezing attack. He's so cheerful. As though this was but a leisurely stroll through a garden. Whenever Shan-san threw a powerful punch, Honglu redirected it to the side with ease, the fist only grazing his clothes. We were mesmerized by the feathery light movements of his hands and feet that effortlessly glided through the air, until, after one blink-and-you'll-miss-it moment, we realized that Shan-san was already face down, on the ground, defeated. Huh? Young Honglu, hast thou been concealing thy full strength in our presence? Oh no, I wouldn't say that. I always put my all into every fight. Yet to defeat this foe so soundly, to dance with such grace between his strikes, 'twas as though thou wert dueling someone whose skill may only measure against a child's. But most of our fights happen in environments with a lot of variables, and we usually fight against enemies with all kinds of unexpected weapons and powers. A normal human, that's like nothing, man. You read him. Already familiar with that fool's moves? Oh, yes. One of my Biwu instructors used similar techniques as this gentleman here. Biwu? What art is that? Practice makes perfect and perfection makes an expert, right? Right, but I'm not sure if that's entirely relevant here. You still live. Well, anyways. Looks to me that he soundly kicked your behind this duel. Let us through, why don't you? And preferably not do the thing I think you're about to do. This duel wasn't overseen by a notary office anyway, and our employer's not gonna let this failure slide if we just leave. Don't just sit there! Move your asses and jump them! Pathetic. I can kind of see how we're becoming experts at getting jumped. With the bitter cry of the defeated, his gang rushed towards us. Alright, here we go. Group battle.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는
hear this
맛있는 거
music?
사줄게. 물론 회사 카드로.
Alright, yeah, I don't even have to think about these guys. We got this. I didn't even read their skills, but just looking at what we're up against. Actually, let me see. You bleed. You bleed. The longer you clash, the worse, the more damage you do. Better for you, worse for me. Alright, how's your sanity? Can you pull that off? It's damaged by missing HP.
깔끔하게.
I'll try to keep this quick. Because I really want to start the next CANTO.
완벽한
Delicious.
판단.
Almost always a guaranteed stagger.
부서진
Punchy, punchy.
무지하니까
Okay, I'm just gonna win rate.
깔끔하게.
I do not respect you guys enough to play the game. Beautiful boy. He's gonna do the thing. Hida!
적확한 한압이었어.
Cook him. Nice.
공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것
How
같아요.
much? This is a numbered wave. Just one wave of a finite number of enemies. Not getting restocked. Good.
쓸만해져.
차이good.
맞는 거야. 맞는 거야.
Excellent. This really isn't a great start, fellas. It's never easy, is it? Hey, at least we got a nice warm-up. It wasn't all bad. I don't know. This seems more serious than our usual street brawls. Ishmael's right. They weren't your everyday thugs who pick fights with random people for no good reason. They were contracted by someone to specifically target and eliminate Hong Lu, another family member? And given how open they were about their intent, calling it a contract doesn't seem like whoever gave the contract was exactly going for subtlety. Then, maybe this is what Jia Xi-chun was talking about way back when she mentioned surviving as heirs. Whoever's behind this must have a bone to pick with Hong Lu. Indeed, it seems that we must expect more skirmishes like this going forward. Alas, was this trial not readily overcome? Not the point. Think on it a little more. Seems like they're assuming that Hong Lu's brought something here in order to participate in that family hierarch evaluation. Presents for Grandma? Do we have to make it through the forest carrying a picnic basket for Grandma? Then there's no reason to assume that we've seen the last of them. They're going to try again to take out the competition. A highly accurate assessment of the situation by the executive manager. I expected no less from someone of your genius. Going for the classics of brown-nosing today, Otis. Since when was it brown-nosing to compliment a job well done? Do you not expect... This inane conversation is most riveting, but I would prefer some silence while we wait. It seems that the company foresaw such difficulties. They've sent you a support team to help handle the issue. We heard voices coming from behind us, from where Virgilius pointed. Who is it? My. You guys still haven't learned how to stick to the plan, have you? Who is it? It really threw me off when I was told to meet you in some backstreets location, away from our agreed rendezvous point. Who? A familiar voice. A voice we could not forget. Saude! Saude! And Pilot! Hi, I'm here too. We turned around to follow where the voice was coming from and recognized the two people we've been hoping to see again. Oh, familiar faces. Great to see them.
이 정도면 조기 소진 걱정은 안 해도 되겠는걸.
Over 1/4 of the damage contributed. Good job, girly. I say that like she's not probably older than me. Saude! And hey, Pilot, right? What's wrong? It's like you're all looking at a ghost. Pilot, didn't you tell me that you shared my news with them the last time? I did. I sure did, man. Oh yeah, he did. The sinners each recovered from the initial shock of seeing them again. Testing audio 1 2 3. Sorry, just doing a little audio test. Okay. And soon their faces began to bloom with relieved smiles. Well, good to see that things haven't changed much around here. Saude, we're so glad to see you're okay. Tick-tock to you too. Good to see your gears are turning just fine. Saude smiled with a familiar grin. She did not seem to have changed much since the last time we met, save for a few minor differences. Her outfit and her badge, for example. Last I recalled, you were promoted, yes? Allow me to congratulate you. Yeah. Or the hints of melancholy hanging from her smile and flickering in her eyes. Oh. Hey! I'm merely congratulating her on her promotion and offering a recognition of her excellent accomplishments. I don't see what your problem is here. But we all know the meaning that promotion carries. Indeed, and it is very profound. After all, what meaning is there to a promotion attained without spilling some blood? You're a real piece of work. Opposite ends of the veteran spectrum. Let me ask you something then. If everyone behaves like you do around her, tiptoeing around the facts, keeping it hush-hush about what happened, where's she going to get the bare minimum of the recognition and the consolation she deserves? Don't talk about her like she's not here! Hush-hush would have been nice. I even overheard some of them whisper that I let my partner die just so I can snag a promotion. It's horrible. So in that regard, I appreciate that, Otis. If we're being technical, I did die. Except my brain was intact. Not even K-Corp's regenerative ampules could have revived me if it wasn't. Do you have brain damage? Then, did Effie also? Apparently they went right for Effie's head when they stabbed him with a prosthetic. Oh no. According to the coroner's autopsy. So, we all know the importance of the brain and recovering from this kind of stuff, I guess. Oh. K-Corp ampules. Life insurance. Neither of them can revive someone with a damaged brain. It is what it is. Saudi. Anyways, let's not dwell on the depressing stuff. Oh, relatable. I'm literally like that at work. We're here for work. Let's get some work done. So let's talk about work, okay? Pilot? Yes, ma'am. Well, let's see here. Coincidentally, I happen to make friends with a feller who has ties in the Jao family. So I brought him over. Who? Hey, is that everything? Yes, sir. Briefing over. We already have that kind of intelligence. We have Hong Lu with us. Who the hell? Just as everyone was reeling in stunned silence at the least informative, least helpful briefing we ever had the displeasure of sitting through, Ishmael was the first to catch herself. She looked up at Saude. Saude, can we rely on you for some elaboration here? The briefing was a good demonstration of the necessity of educating the 5 W's and 1 H principle. The who, what, when, why, and how? Where and how? Looks like we'll have a lot to discuss once we get back, pilot. Making your superior look bad. Making your supervisor look bad. Did I do something wrong? Shh. Pilot buddy, just stop. You're digging yourself a deeper hole with every word. Gregor quickly leaned in to warn Pilot, but it was likely too late. A nigh unnoticeable crease had already formed between Saude's brows. Oh no, be afraid. Prior to commencing this high-priority operation, it was necessary for us to find individuals with connections to H-Corp. So, we as the preliminary observation unit were put to the task, and we managed to establish a connection with an individual. Ooh, someone from my family? No. We tried, but your family proved to be a rather difficult nut to crack. However, as we were wasting our precious time with all of our leads, Pilot pursued an unconventional method to establish this connection. Do you have a captive? I really didn't hold back on compliments then. And this is how you... Our collaborator is a former employee of the Jia family. After leaving the family, he now runs a lodging business. Oh. Then it's likely that he is far removed from the family politics. Less motivation for him to attack us due to conflicting interests. Right. Yes, and according to Pilot's report, he still regards the Jia family positively. How can I not, considering the blessings they have given me? Who? You're here. An unfamiliar voice butted into the conversation, as though to continue Saude's explanations. Oh, a young guy, Qingtao. I humbly present myself before the fellowship of young Master Baoyu. Please, call me Qingtao. He greeted us in a most polite fashion before bringing his hands together in an odd motion. Oh, is this how people greet each other here? Man, the cultural differences in the nests, or the districts. Yep, it's called the Baoquan gesture. Bringing fist and palm together to express... Oh, I know that gesture, to express respect and peace toward the receiver. Is it called the Baoquan gesture? And oh, is that really what it's called? Like IRL? Aha! Knights greet one another by shaking their hands for the selfsame purpose. Forsooth, thou art indeed one possessed of a chivalrous spirit. Indeed. Much did I worry about the qualities of people young master has surrounded himself with, but I see that he is in company of those wise in the ways of the West. I prostrate myself before the vast breadth of your knowledge. What grand generosity it is to open ajar the waterways of wisdom to quench my barren lands. That seems dark. I don't know. Why is your expression like that? What are your motivations? Something feels familiar about this. Was that backhanded? Oh, yeah, it reminded me of Otis, too. Nah, she's been getting less and less verbose with the bootlicking these days. Not like this guy, for sure. Yeah, I guess he's got a dark, aspirational glint in his eye. Yeah, we got double bootlickers here. We got one for each boot. That's true. He kind of like, how should I put this, a bit much? What are you guys talking about? Communicating only by the sound a ticking clock. By the sound a ticking clock. An unfinished sentence, yes. This is something I had already known ahead of time, yet. What a most curious exchange to behold in person! Brief this journey may be, yet I shall find myself thoroughly this guy's throwing me off. Entertained in its entirety. Ha ha! Maybe it's the subtle sprinkle of disrespect that reminds you of the usual flavor. Wait, is this about me? You dare! Was all that bootlicking she did supposed to be a source of pride for her or something? Otis shook her head with clear distaste and strode towards me. We are nothing alike, executive manager. Never have I once said such empty flattery in your presence, filled with nothing but hot air and superlatives. It's true, there's always just a granule of truth to latch onto for you. I'll leave the guidance of these back streets to him. Well, it looks like this is where... Saude fell silent, her eyes lingering on Virgilius, who stood somewhat apart from the rest of us. So I finally get to meet the Red Gaze in the flesh. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Effie would have loved to be here. Oh. Manager. Stare. Virgilius seemed to sense her lingering gaze and walked towards us after nodding slightly in her direction. Saude is cool. One of the most down-to-earth people we've interacted with. Manager Saude, let's not make this any longer than it has to be. I'm not happy to be helping you with your business. I'd much rather put this behind me as soon as possible. Oh, please. It's our historic first collaborative operation, isn't it? Can't you spare a little more time with us? The guide buds actually doing something? That guy? Yes. Unfortunately, LCC has our own business to take care of today, so I won't be accompanying the LCB this time. And the Red Gaze will be helping us out to get it done. Oh. Gotta take care of some admin stuff, manager man? Taking Mephi there. Boom, boom. Maybe it's not that unfortunate now that I think about it. I feel like every mission with the LCB has always been an uphill battle to get anything done. Oh, it's a mission, not administrative work. Well, you see, back then we were... just messing with you. I'm sure we'll have another chance to work together again. Boss, we don't got much time. Wait, before you go, I think you owe us some explanation, Virgilius. I will leave the details to Miss Faust. I'm quite busy. Let's get this shit over with. Very well. Virgilius turned around and left toward Mephistopheles with an oddly disgruntled expression. They're leaving us here? No bus? Well then, I'll see you around. Next time, I'll show y'all. I'll show you that I can carry my own weight. You know, oh boy, the last time we met, I really was so darn pathetic. He's turning into Morty. Pilot, competence is shown through actions, not words. Saude and Pilot gave us a light nod before following Virgilius. I don't know, Saude. Some sinners opened their mouths to speak, hesitated, then closed them again. We let them go without a word. Perhaps we didn't know what we could say to not make this an awkward farewell. Very well. Please, this way. Or maybe we were simply mindful of this guy, who was responsible for the quality of our stay. Well, this guy... I need to like sign with a like pointing thumb, like thumb pointing out hand to put on screen whenever he's around. This guy. Okay, I think it's about time that I take a quick break, run and grab myself some morning snacks. I'll be back in just a few minutes. So everyone, do enjoy. I really recommend that you grab yourself some snacks, and we will BRB. Streaming with a mouthful of granola. It's Whoopee. I'm back, everyone. Got myself a granola bar. I'm gonna have to like take my keyboard apart and clean it soon. Man. Battle time. We want to do slicey. We got backups. We'll be okay. I don't really need to worry about this Intervallo, I think. Oh, singing voice. Deep resentment ought to be washed away. Meow meow, my cat sang in response to me. She went meow meow. Hi, girl. You don't understand that I'm not talking to you. Yeah, my cats get so excited when I stream. For when the far one comes, betwixt the burnt doors shall a star fall astray. Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't like the sound of these weird songs. Ooh, bonk. I hope that didn't register on the mic. The main streets are most likely teeming with those seeking to bring harm to the young master. We must venture an alternative path. Excuse me. Excuse me. And like he said, there weren't any skirmishes once we made it deeper into the dark alleyways. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. We are a huge ass group, too. As for the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the back streets in recent months. The lyrics are pretty, ominous for a popular song. It is... Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. It is a song that spread through word of mouth. It sings of how the decimated Kong family... This is not the place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later, should we come across it. Didn't know there was a song like that. Is this the first time you've heard of it too, Honglu? He's a posh git from a posh family. I doubt he's ever set his precious feet in the back streets. He literally said he has not. So it's no wonder he's never heard anything like it, or that he's not spent time here. I have been to the back streets before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. I did spend most of my time in my room. Well? That is precisely because you were the most treasured one of them all, young master. This guy. Much like how the jade of the greatest worth is to be cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depths of one's coffers where none shall reach. Seeing yourself reflected, Otis? Oh, sorry, man. I am having a coughing fit. Gonna have to turn away again. One sec. At least when I turn away and mute myself, my model doesn't hop. Oh, hi, Equinox. You just got to Intervallo 7.52. Oh, good. Excellent. So close to the current content. I am, too. I'm like him. To a lesser degree. Particularly as of late. You've been annoying us all. So that guy used to work for the Jia family, huh? Do you know him, Honglu? Young master? Is there something on my face? Are you actually a servant of the Jia family? I guess they have lots of servants, but... Not excited for the Ricardo rematch. What Ricardo rematch? What? We get... That guy's still around? I guess the middle never forgets, huh? Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Yeah, I don't stay very plugged into the community because I'm busy. I'm consumed by other games right now, and I don't want to be spoiled, you know? I want to see this with virgin eyes. Oh, it's okay, Scrap. This person, I don't think they know they don't know what I know and don't know. Hey, I live in the moment. I'll still have fun, even if a little thing like that has been spoiled. It's all good, guys. Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Then, it's nothing. Shall we continue walking down this road? Do you have suspicions of this guy? Indeed, humble as I may be, I am very well versed in the roads of this area. Honglu shook his head at me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we know from Qingtao. That we all don't trust him? Should we be suspicious of something? Wait, Ricardo's flying across the city in splash arts of the stages? Like, can he fly? Or in a Team Rocket's blasting off again kind of way? You know, don't tell me. We'll see when we get there. He is a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Given Pilot's clear inexperience and naivete, we would do well to remain suspicious of this character. Faust and Otis approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Well, looking back at our journey so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we come across. With this growing mistrust in mind, I slowly made my distance from the guide before asking Faust the burning question. Oh? So what was that about back there with Virgilius? Something about him going off to help them out? The consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. Lots of fucking paperwork. Oh. His actions were a violation of one of the more important items in his contract with the company. He is simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. Well, he can say all of the company's assets, the LCB as an asset would have been lost. I think back to the incident at the manor. Feels like such a long time now. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really helped us out of a pickle. What? That's what they're dragging him away for? Is there a problem, honored guests? It's nothing. Nothing at all. No problemo, right, Ryoshu? She elbowed him, or hit him with the sword. You idiot. Urso, can you carry Heath for a little bit? He's dead tired. It will be done. Heathcliff, punched in the gut by the hilt of Ryoshu's sword, yeah. Figured that was part of the equation. Fell forward right onto Merceau's welcoming shoulder. Rhodia. You know the kind of person I hate the most? The kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. I nodded enthusiastically, as something seemed to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but... Rodion and Ryoshu judged correctly this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions without raising his hands. This guy just doesn't learn, huh? He successfully preserved the security of classified information without spilling blood. I applaud this policy. OPSEC is indeed important. I did good, didn't I? I'm just not a fan of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. Yeah, he's become the group punching bag. I guess they expected more growth from him, but his growth has been in his personality, not his intelligence. If it is no problemo, as you say, then that is well indeed. Yet I worry that it appears that the problem has found us anyway. Time for a fight. I stopped and looked around, realizing that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hands. What, happened to finding us a safer path? It is likely that my guidance has indeed given us a much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, to my great regret, it appears that the more observant of our enemies have tracked us here. Damn it, then what are you even here for? Isn't it your job to prevent this exact scenario? Prevent or limit? dude, we're in close urban quarters. I don't think we get to pick. I don't think we get to be that picky. We're a group of how many sinners? Plus Dante and Guide? Let's leave the finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down. They must not be allowed to disseminate our current location. Exactly. Where are you slinking off to, Mr. Qingtao? I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents in war are terribly lacking, so I intend to become scarce for a moment. Yet, I have the utmost faith in the strengths of our young master and the honored guests in overcoming this adversity, so to make it short. Qingtao was already standing so far away from the front lines that he was practically hiding behind me. Faust, anything you can tell us about these enemies? Pokédex, Faust. No, but a consultation with the Gesellschaft seems unnecessary if we are to determine whether negotiating with them is an option. They're coming. Marcel, wake Heathcliff up and set him down. Bonk! Oh gosh, did you hear that bonk? It will be done. Was that the sound of his hollow head reverberating? Oh, ladies? Sharp-looking stranger. Bleed fighters. Inflicts paralyze. Okay, I don't think we're in much danger, but interesting that we're being stopped by a gang of ladies. Hi, ladies. Okay, oh, he's just gonna win rate. Later on, Heathcliff is gonna spawn with minus 30 SP because they're bullying him so hard. I guess.
아까처럼만 해. 그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
I love these cutlass-like swords they have. What are these? I don't know much about Chinese weapons. I know a smidgen more about Western weapons.
방금 전에는 굉장했다고. 베르게 그 인간도 이건 인정할걸?
Oh, you don't use Seven Faust anymore? I just think she's my best one with the best synergy for the group right now. I don't have much else. Equinox and other viewers, do you pay for Lunacy? The only time I pay for Lunacy is buying the season pass. Otherwise, I think that I'm able to make it through with, you know, what I get. You're free to play. Ah, good for you. What ID do you prefer then, if you have something that works better than Seven Faust? Pay for Lunacy only if you want Battle Pass save. Exactly what I'm saying. Okay, how big a wave do we have to fight? 3 of 10. Okay. Sanity, sanity, sanity. Let's mess around and just AoE. Bam. Whoa, how do you spend that much on Lunacy? Oh my gosh. Thoroughly bewitched by Walpurgis Night. I only really participated in the last Walpurgis Night. I just either didn't get it or the timing was always bad for me before.
공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요. 이외에 특별히 첨언할 이유도 없군.
And I've been playing since Cromer was hot shit. Land of Illusion was unnecessary. Everybody pecked away at the weak ones. But it's okay, we're having fun. Oh, a Joshi Tune ID for Ishmael does sound fun. Okay.
방금 건 제대로 안 꺼냈어. 돌아가면 맥주라도 사야겠는 걸.
Since you're leading. Bam. Who's this one at? Multiple. I don't think we're gonna get to with that win rate. How about that? It's still gonna automatically assign the same way. Alright, let's just bring him down a little. Oh, and Fish, you have not played Limbus at all. No worries. But that is something I really appreciate about Limbus, is that, it feels fairly balanced. The challenges, like, without having to pay to win, the challenges feel genuine, unlike, say, the only other gacha game I can compare to is Magia Record. That's the only one I've really played. The only gacha RPG, I should say. I played a collecting game that was all about plants or something. I forget. It's been years, but Magia Record, I was broke and wouldn't have done it anyway, but I really did not even feel compelled to try and spend money because the balance, it was so easy in players' favor. I think that's probably why they did not get their money, they did not get enough of a player base, at least not enough of an actively spending player base. Yay! They shut down the English server, and now Magia Record is gone in exchange for Magia, etc. These are both games in the Madoka Magica universe. I fucking love that anime. But, yeah, I want to give Magia, Magia etc. a try, but only after the Steam version has been released. And I've been waiting on that for a while now. Hostiles in the immediate vicinity have been eliminated. Good job, everyone. Our collaborator, who'd been hiding far from the battle, quickly ran up to our side as soon as the fight ended. Is you really mulling this over? Are you unhurt, young master? Yep, I'm totally fine. Of course, our honored guest's martial skills were all exceptionally brilliant, but, young master, your light was the brightest even among the incandescent. I don't know why it's slipping out of control and quickly becoming Kermit the Frog. This humble servant could not hold back his tears at this wondrous sight. To witness such excellent martial arts from none other... Excuse me, I hiccuped. None other than the young master himself. What an unexpected surprise. But don't the children of the Jaw family undergo all kinds of strict training regimens from childhood? It was simply my assumption that young master had ceased his trainings once he departed the family. Nah, man, he's only grown. Anyways, how do you think they tracked us down anyway? Was that look because you have ambition against somebody already in the family and you think Hong Wu will help to that? Is that your motivation here? Oh, about that. It appears that we weren't exactly tracked down, or just bumped into. Perhaps it may be that the ilk who lurk in these parts of the back streets recognize the young master's venerable countenance. I don't think my face is that well known, but your skin is so beautiful. Unblemished. Gently flushed and blushing. And you have that blue eye. The family hierarch evaluations are nigh. Every soul living in Hongyuan must know the face of the young master who is loved by every elder of the family, the baby boy. It must be that they are under the assumption that you are carrying something of great value. Family hierarch, huh? Didn't Jia Shijun say something about heirs back then? Once again, this Intervallo is repeating itself. They all assumed wrong then. I didn't bring anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master, even now? I just couldn't care less about it. That's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fit to be the family hierarch than I am. Oh, that's inconvenient for your plans. Well, that is indeed a relief. A relief, is it? Yeah, you are just trying to screw over someone else in the family or create a power gap, aren't you, Qingtao? Oh, well. But of course, it is a highly dangerous endeavor to partake in the hierarch evaluations, so it is of great relief to know that young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. I feel like we're going to end up doing him anyway. I guess that could be a relief, sort of. Woo, now that we took them all down, there shouldn't be any more on the way, right? Greg, can we not jinx ourselves for 1 second? Well, why are you laughing, Ryoshu? Now I'm worried. Please, do not concern yourselves any further. We will take a more clandestine path. I guarantee a safe and easy passage to our destination. I still have a hard time buying that. The lay of this place would constitute a perfect place to set up an ambush in most places. Place. Yet you claim this to be the safer path? Yet I must ask you to place your faith in this humble servant, for Hong Yuan is not like most places. Fine. For now. Otis shut her eyes for a moment, out of retorts, then turned to look at Ishmael. Hey, Ishmael, you must have a pamphlet of this place handy, don't you? No way. You're actually going to read it? Why else would I ask? Oh my gosh. This is like my viewers when I actually click on an enemy and read what the fuck they're made of. Why else would I ask? No, I mean, how could I not be caught off guard after almost a whole year of getting brushed off by everyone every time I plead with them to read the damn pamphlets? Like hell, did no one think to... I will find my own intel if you're just going to ramble on and on with your grievances. Okay, fine. Here it is. Otis opened the pamphlet and began intently glaring at its texts, as though she didn't want to miss even the smallest detail of information in here. Suspicion clear on her knitted brows. Yeah, she wanted to see for herself if this was the best path. Guess there's a map?
이 정도면 조기 소진 걱정은 안 해도 되겠네.
Alright, a solid quarter of the damage. Oh, thank you. Okay, let me check. I don't know why, but DHE Rodion makes me think of a deranged priest bashing people who isn't religious. Me, a bit less. I think that a bit less so. Like, it's clear with her priority being snacks that she is a little less invested than some of the other DHE IDs. Let's enter.
가보죠.
If you want that kind of derangement, I think you're looking for the N-Corp people. We were on a desperate run. Already? All the while fighting off hordes upon hordes of enemies. Oi! What happened to safe and easy passage? Explain this shite! It appears that the young master's radiant countenance was made known. I thought we were finding a more clandestine passage. How come we're getting jumped by even more enemies? As I have said, the young master's radiant... At least try to give a little variation to your excuses. I cannot so easily say that he is being untruthful, given the disjointed allegiance of the enemies attacking us. Otis played with a pamphlet in her hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without a clear allegiance to attack a member of the Jaw family, they all just want whatever you've got. They just want to be the one to steal it. Looks like everyone in the back streets has been getting pretty plucky when I was away. Back then, I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'd all be on their hands and knees whenever we walked past. What a wonderful change. Oi, shove that wonderful change up your arse, you bloody loon. How much longer till we get there? My Kazan is near. Calm your worries. Our guide seems oddly calmer now than he did at the beginning of this journey. Did he really get numb to all the violence that fast, or the violence that Faust? Speaking of which, what's a Kazan? It is a term commonly used to refer to taverns, inns, or equivalent places of lodging in this region. Lodging, huh? Like a hotel? Probably more like a hostel. It's gotta be pretty fancy then, huh? Do they serve, like, complimentary snacks and drinks like the warp train? Not sure about that, but it seems like Kazans also serve alcohol and food alongside their lodging services. Maybe we can get a meal in there. And, hopefully we won't be attacked there like this. Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside a residential building is, within this particular area and floor of the Hongyuan, a taboo. A taboo. We may rest easy within then. Look at Rhodia's face, still just frozen on the bliss of thinking about having a snack and booze. I saw Faust's eyebrows, slightly twitch, as though she had just heard the most ridiculous thing, but I'll ask her about it later. You don't expect people to be really, upholding the taboos, do ya? Phew, man. If it's for some kind of family hierarchy or family head selection contest, why couldn't they save all this fighting until then? Because it would be too late. Late how? Every hierarch candidate must have brought incredibly precious treasures with them. It would be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but everyone's going to try to take each other's just to be sure. I see. Just in case someone else brought something even better than their own. And might as well kill them too, for the sake of convenience. I mean, if you got the chance. Is that how the folks in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that? But other families didn't seem too different from mine. Damn. Deepest apologies for intruding upon this most enthralling conversation. However, we may be inviting even further trouble by dallying here. With that, the guide pulled out a watch to check the time. It will be nighttime soon. Ominous.
여러분에게
Alright.
도움이 되었으면 좋겠네요.
They don't seem stronger. Let's just win rate.
직접 알게 하니라.
Now's a good time to munch on some granola and chat with you all. So do y'all like my nice little, jiggling friend in the corner?
뭔가 불안해 보이네요.
The music in this Intervallo is so sick.
대처하지 못할지도
Like these
모르겠어요.
low-strung lutes and erhu and stuff. Oh, let's flip that.
터뜨려주지.
So this little guy down here in the corner is, the mascot.
확실히 빼는 편이 좋다.
Down. He's sort of the mascot meant to represent all of you viewers. I designed it by
터뜨려주지.
community vote during a live stream for my 100 viewers celebration. So that's you guys. The community got together and voted on what color, what shape. And so yeah, I just got back this awesome gift set from my artist Ghostbite. Link below if you want to see their professional contacts.
끝났습니다.
Little guy. Dalumu! Welcome, friend!
이 공격은
Oh, we just got the key, the sparkle eye from Hongru.
최고의 선택이었어.
직접 알게 하니라.
Okay, Rhodia's getting hit. She'll be fine. Nope, Rhodia turned it. Amazing. I really didn't think she was gonna do it. Kaboom. We got this. We so got this. Someday I will set up this little guy, the space cadet, to do text-to-speech stream pet, so you all could message me with voice messages said by the little goober. Wouldn't that be fun? But yeah, that's gonna be part of a major technological overhaul I have coming. I'm probably gonna do that after I finish the long-form video I'm currently working on. It's a long-form video about my first experience in a military simulator I've been really digging my teeth into lately. It's called Foxhole, and I'm really enjoying the game. I don't like multiplayer games usually, but this is one where I genuinely feel bad logging off because there's always shit to do. I always literally feel bad for the base that I'm leaving. Oh,
어떻게
one
저렇게
left.
강하실 수 있죠?
You. Let's just win rate. We got this.
터뜨려주지.
Yes, it's been a very neat experience. Very different. And very good for someone who does not have the coordination for FPSs like me. Because it's like a top-down thing. But we're not here for Foxhole, we're here for Limbus. And this battle's done. Nice. Now, here we are. Is this the place? Oh, look at the foggy depth. This place is so gorgeously illustrated. I love this place. I wouldn't love to live here, but I love looking at it. After running through alleyway after alleyway, after turning corner after corner, we finally came across the site of several small buildings tightly built next to one another. Isn't that like the only site you've had so far? Well, I guess these are smaller buildings. At the center of them was a building lit with red lamps, adorned with a door plate with complicated-looking letters scribbled all over it. Yeah, the backgrounds are absolutely, like, next tier Dalumu. Let me see. I'm trying to understand some of this, but no, I don't. I see elements, like radicals, parts of actual characters. But I wonder if this is just meant to be like a far future distant thing, or if the artist was just like, I don't know, man, I'm gonna make up some hanja. Like, it's like everything I look at is like 50% an actual character, or just straight up one I don't know. Like, maybe this is just traditional Chinese. Maybe this is just redonkulous Taiwan, Hong Kong Chinese, and I don't know my shit. But then I should understand it more, because Japanese has more in common with those than modern simplified Chinese. This is shoddier than I expected. Hey, isn't this place a bit too trashy to house your precious young master? That is not our building. Please, look this way to see where our honored guest will be staying for the night. I knew it! I heard so much from Hong Lu about all the splendor, all the... Huh? We followed Ting Tao's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts, its exterior painted in black. That looks smaller than even Mephistopheles. Can we all even fit in there? Yeah, this is like a bunk bed hostel situation. Hey, that place looks trashy as heck, even for us, let alone your young master. Oh, the letdown. This is the nearest kazan we could afford to stay in, at least among the ones that I manage. Yet its location in the back streets heavily limits the level of decency it can afford. Do you have non-back streets, properties? My deepest and sincerest apologies, young master. Don't worry. We can't always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine for an overnight stay to me. Are you nuts? Can that thing even fit all of us in there? Sardine time. Much did I wish to guide the honored guests to the family mansion in the central zone. However, the time... the sweeping wave. Doesn't that start at 3:13 in the morning? I feel like we've got plenty of time to get there. Exactly. Don't we have more than enough time to get to the family mansion? According to the H Corp travel guide, the central area is only like an hour away from here. Has the honored guest traveled to District 8 before? Well, no. This is my first time here, but... Then one must ask how the honored guest could claim to have the full understanding of a place merely by flipping through a book when she hasn't had to contend with it in person. They come early here? Innumerable unpredictable changes await in this teeming jungle of buildings, the ever-shifting structures, the constantly changing paths. You cannot count on that 1 hour travel estimate being reliable when you're not using the main streets, I guess. Ambushes, yeah. We would be impeded, for sure. Such bold, flippant approach to predicting the phenomena of this place is to court death. Even a toddler must know that. Bitch. One fails to disguise his utter sorrow at the inadequacy of her wisdom. Bitch! Don't talk about Ishmael like that! Is it just me, or are we all thinking back to Ishmael back at the Great Lake? Oh, heading straight for the target. Zip it, Dante. But if the guidebook lists a path, does it not imply that it is technically possible to reach there in time? Otis suddenly took a step forward. In her hand was the H-Corp travel pamphlet that Ishmael was talking about. I have faith that if our executive manager would lead us in your directionally challenged stead, they would be able to lead us to our destination before night falls. I don't know, man. Me? This does not appear to have been discussed aforehand. Very well. Allow me to speak freely, without frills. My responsibility is to bring the honored guests to the central zone and to ensure the young master's safety. It is indeed technically possible to reach the family mansion before the night in the back streets commences. Technically. Yet, not even one iota of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The mission that has been so graciously bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with utmost safety. Oh-ho! It is said that those engaging in strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of their purpose, to stubbornly forge on toward the family mansion in lieu of necessary intel to see when these mobs of assailants would end. Is to wrongly prioritize the journey over the destination. You are just backhanding everyone in the party. This guy, man. You. Oh, you. Wonderful. Truly impressive. You have all the qualities of someone I would trust my life with when devising a stratagem. Oh, this is the most fitting attitude for those who genuinely wish the best for those they serve. Like recognizing like? Really? You're just gonna start going along with him all of a sudden? I have misunderstood your intentions, truly. They sparked my ire by comparing some of your choice words with my very own. But I find that you are actually awesome, just like me. Yet now my eyes have been opened to the honest loyalty that lies within your heart. Are you being genuine or just buttering him up? Ha ha ha! This humble servant did not imagine even in his wildest dreams that there would be someone who understands the fathoms of his loyalty. Or are you both double-speaking? It seems that the young master has certainly gained an eye for allies and fellowships. This is a cause for much relief in my heart. No, you're both creeping me the fuck out. Oh my gosh, Keen-Ices! Welcome to the chat! Hey, bud! I'm glad you can join us! How you doing? Oh man, you managed to join us with a good chunk of the stream remaining. I guess life has kept you busy, huh? Okay, so I can't tell if they're both backhanding each other mutually, saying, you slimy little snake, you slimy little snake, you're a slimy little snake, or if they're both buttering each other up, or both. Who knows? They're both the kind of person I would not spend a voluntary minute with in real life. Otis and Qingtao, unfortunately. Listen to him. This one knows how to jest. Oh no, they're trying to outbitch each other. They're basically best buds now, huh? Oh, I don't know. I may have lost my cool for a moment there. Anyway, this man speaks true. It is highly likely that we would be exposed to attacks of similar nature were we to continue moving at this time. She's just fully on his side now, isn't she? Or are you looking to drive a knife into that side? That's when I realized that she was looking in my direction. For approval? The exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from her face, replaced with an odd but dead serious expression. When our gazes locked, she nodded. She must be. That's my girl! I knew you were planning something! Completely turned around by that guy. Is this her way of saying, so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy now? Thanks for everything? Or maybe she's actually sassing us, being like, you say I'm so like him? Okay, manager. Okay, manager. I can kind of, you just got home, you feel exhausted. Well, I hope watching the stream gives you some rest, Keen-Ices. If this is a genuine emotional retaliation, like disappointment in the manager or trying to get back at him for equating her with him and being like, fine, kind of being like, fine, if you say I'm a scumbag, I'll be a scumbag. I'll be a grade A scumbag and fuck all of your shit up. Did you see the fact that I cannot read this situation and then it's coming from 4 different directions is why I don't hang out with people like this in real life. And as for this hotel, it is still much better than sleeping in outdoor tent barracks. We should be able to relieve ourselves of some fatigue here before moving on. Did you not earlier insist on continuing our search for a better accommodation with the greatest vehemence, Miss Otis? Yeah, whatever. We get your point. Let's go inside. Whew. My humblest self can only behold your generous acceptance of this insufficient lodging with the deepest gratitude. After all that serious talk, the man seemed oddly relieved to hear our decision as he brought his fist and palm together. Architecture of today mustn't be judged with such haste merely by an observation of their exterior. The interior may hold aught to be surprised of. Worry not. Yeah, there could be basements. You need more electrolytes, BRB. Oh, I drink a lot of electrolyte drinks. Does your work and travel and stuff make you sweaty? Oh, I guess he's stepped away. With Rojan surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. Oh, this actually ain't so bad. It's clean in here. This place presents a rather classical aesthetic. Oh, I thought that was... okay. Just glancing at this place, I thought those were like water stains in the walls, but no, I see it's ink murals of mountains. The landscape paintings lining the walls give off a rather sophisticated mood. Now, this place is nice. And it's much more spacious inside than it looks from the outside. Did they use some kind of space expansion technology in here, too? No. It seems that the building only appeared small due to the density of structures in proximity. Well, the door is now open. Should my presence be required, I shall be in the small shed next to this building. Please, do converse freely. The man smiled awkwardly and quietly excused himself. As the excitement among the sinners began to grow, oh, I am loving this music. Are you all able to hear it clearly? Meanwhile, Honglu stood a fair distance from the guide, quietly watching his face as he left. Finally, we get a moment away from the guide. His expression was enigmatic, as if he were gazing upon the clouds, the flowers, or even the wind. Yet there was no light in those eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud, a desolate field of wilted flowers, and a howling, destructive gale. Do you suspect something, Honglu? So I decided to ask. Not yet. I don't think. Huh? Not yet? You think this is a setup? So, big brother, something fell off to you too? That's when we caught a familiar voice. Wow, Shichun, it's you. And so soon, too. You're here, too? Wait, I have a bad feeling about this. No. This is obviously a plot by some other sibling to get us in the same place and kill us in our sleep or something, right? Right. Oh my gosh, damn, almost forgot how verbose some of these fellas are. Yeah. Oh my gosh, spit it out sometimes, man. Fish Dragon, Shichun, our girl! Yeah, I told you I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again very soon. Have you been well, young master? Wei! I'm so glad to see that you're doing well, Mr. Wei. Oh wait, don't tell me you're staying here too, Shichun. I normally would never set foot in a place like this, but... I ran into some kind of large-scale construction on my way back to the family mansion. Had to come in through the back streets. Us too! So we weren't the only ones troubled by that random construction site. Ooh! Hail to thee! Gah. The confident look on Ji-chun's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. Did she lose her memories again? Is she with you? No, Don Quixote's the same as always. But she looks like such an airhead. Young Shi-chun! Well, wouldst thou accompany me to the lounge but a moment, so that we may share a moment of catching up? Oh. Yeah, actually. Let's do that. Hold on. Jia Shi-chun seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Don Quixote after hearing that her memories were intact, so she remembers fighting, before walking right up to her. I like that idea. Shall we? Wei, why don't you go and find a room for me to stay in while I talk some things out for her? Oh, wonderful. I guess she likes the forthright type. What? You wanted to do some catching up, right? The manager Esquire! Loss of critical personnel may be a cause for disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with making friends, though. Looks like Shi-chun really likes Don Quixote if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. It's not Don Quixote she likes. She obviously just wants Don Quixote's power she saw back then. My lady, this is hardly the appropriate place for... sparring? Fine. I'll try again later. Go get some sleep. I'm heading in too. She's so cool. Shi-chun sighed with a bit of disappointment before heading into the lobby. Well, let's all head inside now. So I and the rest of the sinners followed her into the lodging.
결국 내 공부가
Oh,
부족하지 않았다는 거네.
you did the good damage this
그치?
time.
좋았어.
Oh, yeah, Shi-chun and Wei on the map. Let me see. I want to get at least halfway through this. So I'm going to take another break really quick. I've got a bit of a tummy rumble. So I will be back briefly, and then we will try to get to squarely the halfway point of this Intervallo, so that hopefully we have only one more stream before Canto 8. That's my goal. So, snack and bio break, everybody. Grab yourself some snacks. BRB.
From the land to face my fears. How far I've come in just a couple 100 million years. At some point I got a backbone. At some point I got a spine. At some point I developed a pair of lovely eyes. Now I look at you and I see the history. Now I look at you and I see the mystery. Now I look at you, you're a dream come true. Every time I look, you feel brand new. I fall, see when the sunlight came in. I fall for this point in history. I fall, see you in such vibrant color. I evolved to see you.
I'm back. Okay. Taking another bite of granola. Let's go. I have the fuel to continue this intervallo. Let me catch up with chat really quick. Oh, this music is cool. I kind of vibe with it, says Keenai. Says, yeah, it's by the amazing... Oh, there's a snack and tea now. It's by the amazing Louis Zong. If you've ever heard the, like, Halloween ghost thing, the... Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. Woo woo woo. That's Louis Zong. He also writes music for cartoons, but check him out on YouTube. Yeah, you can always see what album it came from in the bottom right corner of my stream. So, we ready to continue? See if we get ambushed in our sleep? D&D style? Welcome back. It's okay. I just got back from my break too. Literally seconds ago. That was our first line of dialogue. I've actually never attacked my D&D players in their sleep. Oh wait, is that the central structure back there? Or just more of town? Anyway. But I have had somebody steal from their shit when they left it in an inn and went out drinking. Nothing of consequence. They didn't leave anything of consequence behind. Everyone was busy looking around and commenting on various things in our lodging, but Sinclair appeared to be the most anxious of them all. Sinclair? So something in here stands out. Like, imagine an ideal picture. Did you call? Oh, I missed that jokey song. That's not what I was... I'm not... Anyway, am I the only one who feels like something stands out like a sore thumb from the whole picture? You have a D&D campaign you're in, oh, like a player, as a player? It's a horror-based campaign in IRL with scary as fuck monsters. That's really interesting. I have recently been a player in a Call of Cthulhu campaign, and I feel like that with its sanity mechanic, that concept would translate well. And it's interesting. I could go on and on about Call of Cthulhu, but there is a whole culture of using Call of Cthulhu not for the Lovecraftian 1920s setting, especially in Japan, where Call of Cthulhu has a greater share of the tabletop gaming market than D&D, because D&D shot themselves in the foot with, like, back in the TSR days with licensing policies regarding content Japanese people wanted to publish, like their adventure reports. Kind of, the community did not grow as much as it did in the West. I'll send one big message about the campaign after the stream. Yeah, under the tabletop talk tab, that was alliterative, of the Discord. By the way, if any of you want to join the Discord, all you gotta do is tip one little US dollar or continue showing up in the chat frequently enough that I personally invite you. There's definitely some of you who I have my eyes on. Wink. Only a few more days. Don't worry. Oh yeah. Yeah, glad you brought it up. I didn't say anything because I thought it was just me. Rhodia. So what's so off about this place? Isn't it obvious? Where'd all the complimentary snacks go? What's that weird mystery table at the center of this room? Pregnant pause. That is kind of weird, though. What's that table doing here? Its saturated colors are quite the pleasant sight to behold. So, is it any better inside? What the hell is that hideous table? Well, she immediately clocked it too. The kerfluffle sparked by the particularly unsightly piece of indoor furniture calmed somewhat once everyone made it inside the building. Of course, no one was able to discern the real purpose of that table yet. Every step on the floor leaves black residue on the shoes. Not only the floor, touching the walls leaves an unidentified black substance on one's fingers. This place is grimy. Not to mention how the walls ripple in an odd fashion. What could possibly be the construction of this structure? Well, my guess is that the maintenance staff's been slacking. Maybe. But why is everything so neatly organized if that's the case? I've been to enough seedy establishments to tell when a place has gone a while without a tidy up. At least it appears that each room is furnished with a bed. While this is far from optimal, Executive Manager, we may be able to rest here. Huh. I guess they really didn't have the time to clean up. Jia Zichun, the last person to walk in after having taken her time to examine the area outside the lobby, stared blankly around the room with an aghast expression. I'm not even sure what to say to this ridiculous negligence. Oh, I guess it is moldy in here. Then found her room after leaving a scathing remark. Sigh. There's no asterisk, so I'm just imagining he's saying it out loud, like, disappointment! Sigh. It ain't the first time we're sauntering right into some shady business, isn't it? Let's just cross that bridge when we come to it, yeah? I guess. Anyone could tell that there was something definitely wrong about that guy. Some sinners, including Heathcliff, had already slumped to the floor, vociferously expressing their desire to rest with a collective sigh of exhaustion. Sleeping on the floor? You're gonna have to wash your clothes after that, man, when we get back to the bus. I hope Mephistopheles has a laundry room. Well, it is pretty weird, but at least we have a roof over our heads. Yeah, I imagine this kind of place would have some crazy acid rain. In that case, Dante, perhaps this may be a good time to announce today's close of business. Huh. I've never made this announcement outside the bus before. Oh, wish you could donate some cash, but your wallet's not available at the moment. Don't worry, Key Nices. I'll see what I can do in some time. Don't sweat about the money. Oh, right. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Key Nices, if you make an account, do you have to give to direct message me on Ko-fi? Email me, Key Nices. Email me, Key Nices, and I'll see what we can do. You've been around for months now, man. And you show up to the other streams. I think it's time. Oh, right. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. Understood. Thank you kindly. Starting now, you all will be given a maximum of 12 hours to partake in sleep and rest. The duration is subject to change. Have a good night. As soon as she finished, the sinners each began to relax in their own ways. Some stumbling into their rooms, while others lingered to speculate over the bizarre table at the center of the room. I imagine she's staring at the table. Save for Otis, she's not staring at the table. Got something to say, Otis? Yes, Executive Manager. It's about our guide, Ting Tao. Oh, your new best friend from earlier? Seemed like you guys were getting along pretty well. What? That is simply untrue. Did you not see the signal I gave you earlier? Exactly. Okay, so I did kind of read her right. Okay, I knew she was planning something. What signal? Oh, Dante. Oh, Dante, sweet summer child. Oh, you mean when you nodded slightly in my direction? Indeed! That individual has an informational advantage over us when it comes to this locale. Regardless of how sound the accusations we came up with were, he would have been able to explain them away using his familiarity with the region. I thought, as the party with an informational disadvantage, it would be wise to feign camaraderie and friendship with that individual and go along with their plans while trying to dig out as much intel as possible. No, I think he realizes that you have him read. I seriously thought that suspicious guy totally won you over. Executive Manager, I've been in this business for many years. How could you even imagine that I would be fooled by an amateur spy who's so overly It's nothing. What did you do in the war, Otis? Otis's disappointment was palpable, but she stopped herself as though she remembered that there were more important matters at hand. While it is uncertain as to how long that individual will be accompanying us, it would be reasonable to speculate that he approached the LCCB with the explicit purpose of eliminating Hong Lu. Jia Baoyu. I present the fact that it was Pilot, that inexperienced greenhorn, who somehow conveniently came across this connection, yeah? As another evidence supporting this suspicion. Yeah. He played us like a damn fiddle. We're totally getting ambushed tonight. The snacks with the little party umbrella are totally poisoned. We can't trust anything. People are gonna come busting out of the walls. That's why they're rippling. Oh no! Faust also has information to share. I'm just guessing that there's people hiding in the walls. Who the fuck would ever respect the private residence taboo shit under the circumstances that are going on in this town right now? Faust joined the conversation after listening to us discussing for some time. A review of every known taboo has failed to identify one here called residential. Oh, we're in trouble. There is no taboo. And that also has to be... It is too early to come to conclusions regarding that matter. It appears that this area, Hongyuan, has taboos that change depending on your location within its territory. However, considering every other circumstantial evidence, we can come to a conclusion that he was most likely lying to us. Somebody cut open the walls! Somebody cut open the walls! My D&D instincts are screaming! There's like hobgoblins in there or something, man. Your assessment cannot be denied. In that case, we must already be deep within the enemy's machinations. The constant stream of random assailants we faced earlier was also most likely a part of their plan. It may very well be that this building itself is also a trap. Yet we lack the intelligence about this particular back streets to be certain. However, we do have one minor advantage. It seems that they have severely underestimated our capabilities, given the low caliber of the assailants they decided to send after us. One thing we can capitalize on is that mutual lack of intel. Keep our guard up, remain alert, and we should be able to navigate our way out of this trap, Executive Manager. Okay. I get it now. I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. Honestly, I didn't know who or what to trust. No, man. Oh, no, man. Okay. I'm genuinely surprised that I had read the situation correctly. Then I would appreciate it if you could trust me fully next time. She looks disappointed. Otis bowed out politely and returned to her room. Faust and I chatted a little more about Qingtao and his plans, but our discussion ended without bearing much fruit. What is the snack? There's no teacups. Are you supposed to pour it straight in your mouth? Feel sad for Otis there. Her CANTO is gonna hurt. Oh, there's people in the walls! I called it! I fucking called it! It's my Dungeon Master instincts. It's what I would do if I were a genius. See, I'm not that good at setting up ambushes and making in-time meaningful. And I mean time spent in, not like... That just felt weird to say. Okay, one more. We're at the halfway point. I want to do one more. Or one or two. Let's see. Very into this. Hey, show. Yeah. I realized that Honglu was missing as I was spending time chatting with the sinners. I didn't notice him going into his room. So I walked to the exit, about to look for Honglu outside, and ran into Jia Shichun and Wei, who decided to stay in the room close to the door. It's getting late. Where are you going alone without a guard? Oh, just looking for Honglu. Right. I can't understand what you're saying. Oh, right. When it comes to conversing without the sinners, I find that there are two types of people. The first type usually says whatever is on their mind without pausing or caring to hear my reply. Given that this type of person isn't actually looking to communicate with me, that simplifies things a little on my end. However, it's also oddly insulting, as it seems as though they don't recognize me as a human, but rather a wall. Or a clock on a wall. And the other type is the one that reads me so well that they might as well be able to hear what I'm saying. Virgilius falls into the latter category. He recognizes the pitch of my tics and talks, reads my body language, or sometimes even claims to see my expressions, like how Don Quixote does. And Jia Shitun, who saw through me with that short exchange. Okay, let's see. Just looking to get some early morning air? Does your prosthetic head even have a respiratory function? Wouldn't have guessed from the way it looks. Did not belong in either category. No, not really. I'm just looking for Hong Lu because I haven't seen him in a while. You're shaking your head, so no. Then you're looking for something to eat? She's a new one. The type that tries to figure out what I'm saying without asking for help. Okay, that's cute. My lady, would it not be wise to wake or find someone who may be able to translate? They would have done that themselves if it were something important. Kinda curious, though. What was that hand gesture you made when I first asked? You, brought your index fingers up to your cheeks? Oh, that means Hong Lu. Well, Hong Lu's always smiling. Is your impression of him different? So I thought maybe I could simulate his smile to convey that I'm looking for him. Perhaps it was an effort to express cuteness or beauty? What? No, I was just trying to express a smiling face. Oh no, this isn't going to be easy, is it? They're tick-tocking a lot more vigorously. Hey, I think you're onto something. Give him a napkin and a pen. This conversation was starting to veer into a completely unintended territory. After a bit of trial and error. Oh boy. I see. You're looking for my big brother, huh? We took some very roundabout ways, but I was eventually able to get her to understand what I was trying to say. Well, if he's who you're looking for, that's easy. You should be able to find him by the lounge back there. I doubt he got very far from there, if he even left. So that's what you were trying so hard to communicate. Jia Shichun was, strangely enough, disappointed and dispirited by my reply. Did you want that gesture to be about you? I did have something to tell you, too, but never mind. I feel like the mood's been ruined. Let's talk about this at another time. What could that be? I was curious, but it would also take ages for me to ask how she's feeling, so I nodded to express my gratitude before heading back to the back entrance, and found Hong Lu gazing at the hazy scene out the opaque window. What are you doing here? People watching? There were some people stumbling through the streets outside. As I stared outside the window at the scene, Hong Lu seemed to sense what I was thinking, and began. Are you worried for me, Dante? Well, yeah. It's your turn, Hong Lu. It really is. I'm back at H Corp and everyone's talking about the family hierarch selection. But you don't have to worry about me at all. Because I did not wish for anything from Limbus Company. Really? I'm not like Yi-sang. I'm not hiding my true feelings. No one gave me a wonderful promise, like they would help me recover my torn and broken wings. Oh? Have you only known sadness? Have you never had support? I joined only to have some new experience, that's all. But we do know that something's definitely going to happen. Whatever it might be. Something that will shake you to your very core. Even if you didn't wish for anything, going through something like that could... Probably, yes. It's okay. I'm used to being led by the will of others anyway. You're too passive. No matter what happens here, I can't do this like everyone else. What if fate has other plans? Because that's how it's always been. Whatever happens to me, or to those around me, I only... Whoa! Lloyd, I was so surprised I combined loud and boisterous and made Lloyd a Lloyd fellow. Okay, a loud, boisterous bellow suddenly cut Honglu off even before he could finish the sentence. Hoy! Let go of me! Just listen to that sod talking to me! I lost control of his accent. Just listen to that sod talking and tell me I'm not supposed to get mad at that! Dang it! Lower your voice! What are you guys doing back there? Gregor and Heathcliff, who were most likely hiding behind the entrance door, tumbled into view. I knew I shouldn't have come here with this guy. Couldn't you be patient for even a few minutes before bursting out of here? How long have you two been listening? From the very start. Of course. I thought he was finally making some sense at first, but what's that? That you used to follow another's will? I didn't mean to irk you, Heathcliff. I'm only telling the truth. Bloody hell, I'm about to burst a vessel. Why, fucking bloke, am I supposed to practice patience after listening to that drivel? I think I'm practicing plenty of patience despite you calling me a buggy bloke out of nowhere, so yeah, you are. That's not what I... Finally, some silence. Anyway, sorry about listening in, fellas. I'll let you in on some big secret if you let this one slide, though. What's the secret? Gregor rubbed his arm awkwardly as I stared at him in silence, then pointed at a pillar in an exaggerated motion. Guess who's hiding behind that pillar, Manager Bud? Oh? That transparent? With that, the two familiar figures stumbled out into view from behind the pillar. How could you betray us like that, Gregor? B-W-A-H-A. What? Bad, weak, and highly annoying. Good night, snooze fests, she says. Oh, are you playing Voices of the Void, Keen-Ices? I don't know much about that one, because I think I might play it. I don't want to spoil any of it. I don't want to be spoiled for how it works. Did I get that wrong? I never said GNS. When did you get a FU? Roshu looked at Sinclair with some interest before slicing open the ceiling above the entrance. And with an uncharacteristically wet noise for something cutting through a wall, a black ink-like substance dripped onto the floor. Ugh! Followed by Rhodia and Otis crashing down after it. GTFO. Get the fuck out! COPD. Wow, I didn't realize I had garnered such an audience for my story. Executive Manager, the sole reason I followed you out here was for the purpose of protection, as I was concerned for your safety. I am not like the others who have followed you merely to sate their curiosities. Me? I was just bored. I love you, Rhodia. Then shall we continue the conversation, Dante? You don't mind? You don't mind? Everyone, back to your rooms, now! Enforce some discipline. Okay, we are more than halfway through. Okay, my voice is starting to feel a little fried, so I think that's going to be all the actual gaming today, except...
옛날부터
Oh, give me my rewards. Yes. Thank you. Oh, the screen for the past is so pretty this season. Yes, give me my shit. Thank you. Okay. You know? Did Honglu's blush fade for a moment? I didn't notice. Alright, I got a Deca extraction ticket, and I kinda just want to use it now. The rest of my lunacy I'm saving for the next Walpurgis, but I kinda wanna... Let's do it. Draw a star. Draw a heart. I love you, Mephistopheles. Don't give me fart. Ah, shit, and it's something I already have. God dang it. That's... I should have saved it.
3시간
Dang it.
이상의 수면을 취하면 저절로 눈이 떠지곤 했어요.
Oh, scrap, you
자연스러운
did
현상인 줄
indeed
알았는데.
call it.
모든 분들이 그렇진 않더군요.
Ugh. Okay, so thank you everyone who's tuned in. I'm gonna copy my manager code in case anyone wants to befriend, and blurp, it's now in chat. Remember, I am rapidly approaching Canto 8. If you want to see me do that, remember to subscribe and like the video. Subscribing will make sure you get the notification and I'm in your feed when it happens. And liking will make sure I, show up for others. I only showed up in front of you because someone thought this stream was worth giving a thumbs up. So everyone who's tuned in, thank you. We will have this gap cleared in no time, and then we will be at the current content, everyone. I'm so excited. I haven't been caught up in, I don't know how long. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. No matter where you are, no matter what part of the universe, I bid you all peace and glub. Later, y'all. God, I love this track. Sorry, my mouth full of granola. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye. Peace and God.